Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. And you may or may not know that Scrap Squad is having a weekend-long Saturday and Sunday autumn stash dive crop. And so there are lots of extra lifts and there are prompts to go along with the lifts. So be sure and check out their Facebook page and all of the albums. There's an extra dose of inspiration this weekend. But I'm taking this lift, which I think is lift 37, and I absolutely love it. I love film strip type layouts. And I'm actually going to create something that looks like a film strip, I hope. I sort of drew the first few little things on it, sprocket holes, and I'll get to that later. But I absolutely love this layout, and mine will not look anything like it. I will, one of these days, do one with this mixed media and with the stamped flowers and leaves, stamping the leaves on the page and then stamping the flowers and cutting them out. And I have those stamps and they're kind of scattered around here. I think I have a sprig die like that and that. So I'm going to have fun with that one of these days. Today I'm also going to have fun, but it's going to be kind of different. My photos are from Marbella, Spain, back in on December 8th of 2001. We did a lot. I just scrapped a page from this page from December 17th in Copenhagen, and those two trips couldn't have been more different. But this was a place we fell in love with, and this photo that I've altered several times, filtered several times, was our view from our room and our hotel room. And it looked out to the sea. There were these absolutely picture perfect palm trees. And there were a few people out by the pool. We actually went out by the pool. Well, one of the most fun things we did was walk up and down the promenade along the waterfront. And there was a mini golf course there, and my husband is a huge mini golf fan, so we can say the words. We played putt-putt along the waterfront in the Costa del Sol. So that sounds hoity-toity, right? I'm thinking that I may use this alpha for my title, but I'm not gonna, I'll show you where the title's gonna go, and I'm not gonna do the title just yet. I'll do that off camera because I really would like something scripty, and I may cut it on my silhouette that says Costa del Sol. That's going to be the title. So I'll see what I do with that. So you may or may not see those on there. I have several things. Let's see. This paper, the striped paper, is a Christmas paper by Basic Gray called Dasher. One of the very first, in fact, maybe the first paper collection I ever bought. And I liked it so well, I went back and bought 3 or 4 more of the kit, packages that had it. And it's a nice, thick, wonderful paper, but it wasn't in a pad, but it's only one-sided. So I don't think they do that anymore. Anyway, so it's called Dasher, if you can get hold of some vintage supplies. And I have cut Sunshine, so the name's going to be Costa del Sol, so I have to have a sol, right? And I'm going to use a pink one, and then the reverse of that same paper that same pink paper is this aqua paper with the little dots on it. So I made a couple clouds, and I'm going to use the pink side of the sun and the blue side of the clouds. And the fact that they don't necessarily go with or match the kind of vintagey, grungy look of the Basic Gray papers doesn't bother me in the slightest. And I've got these kind of holographic gold stickers from Wild Heart I'm going to pull this out so it's easy to get to them. And I'm gonna shoot for some of these leaves. I had hoped that I had a palm tree, but I don't. I found a, this is a, I forget if it's Tommy Bahama or what it is. It's a tag that has a beautiful palm tree. It's too thick to fussy cut, but if I can find a way to use it as a tag here, I doubt that I can. And after everything's all put together, I'm gonna get some texture paste and do this little cluster of palm trees over here through this stencil. So I'm not doing the stenciling first because I wanna get all the paper on. Meanwhile, the texture paste is hardening here, which is a good thing. So I'm just gonna quickly glue this on. I started to distress this edge and I thought, nah, I don't want to do that because I'm going to be bridging across it. And then I've got, for this side over here on the original, this is torn. And so I think I will distress it a bit. It's just a 1/2 inch strip. It's not a branding strip, but it's the same size. And I'm just gonna kind of bend it back before gluing it on. I selected some florals that I fussy cut from a Cartabella paper that some kind of summertime line, and the colors go well with this, and they, in any large florals to me can get away with, you can kind of get away with a tropical theme. They look, large florals, oversized, hibiscus-sized florals kind of smell tropical to me. So I'm gonna put this on over here, and I'm gonna go right over this edging with my texture paste. And that's gonna be a little difficult, so I may have to press that down a bit, but that's okay. I can do that. Let's see. And because I'm doing the strip, all of the rest of this is going to be easy. First, before I go any farther, I'm just kind of taking my white ink pen and drawing a freehand sprocket holes here. And I'm just making a rectangle and drawing kind of a line, not really worrying about filling it all in, not worrying about even sizes. I think these are a little bit bigger than the first ones I started out with. I want it to look doodled, if you will. So I'm doodling these. I probably could have done a few more so that I had fewer to do on camera. And I may be making these a little bit closer together, and I want this, whatever gear is going to feed these, this strip through is going to have a hard time with all those uneven sizes. But in the end, I have people asking me all the time how I make the film strips. In this case, I had 5 square photos. I dragged them onto my word processor, and I put them, I surrounded them with lines and gave them a border, and then lined them up on to be the same size, which I think is 1 2/3 inches, 1.67 inches. And then I had lines around. I was going to cut a white border around and maybe do the sprocket holes in black. And when I cut, I used this trimmer that has the line the wire that kind of tells you where your cutting blade's going to go. And I didn't have that properly in my sights, and I cut off the black border. So I just decided to go with it, and I cut it off all the way around. The only place you can see it is going across between the photos there. And then I got a piece of black cardstock that was actually too short, and I let it kind of overhang, which is kind of it makes it look even more like a film strip. And then I let the black overhang on the sides so I had room to do the sprocket holes, and so there you have it. It's I guess we can call it a happy accident, because if you have no choice and you're going with it and you're in the middle of filming and this is what it is, you may as well call it happy, right? So there we go. Nothing particularly exotic there. Let me get a piece of foam because I do want it raised up. And I'm going to be the fastest floral placer. That I'm so limited in my choice of florals that I don't have a whole lot of options there. I'm just going to slightly angle it there. See how those colors just really go nicely with that. I'm going to do this and that in right there. And I'm going to do I want those to always stick up. So I'm going to get some foam tape and stick behind each of these leaves, which will keep them kind of propped up, while this will be adhered to the base paper. And I especially want to do this with the ones that have large leaves, and I have some other leaves. This is absolutely everything that I fussy cut from that paper, everything I have left that's fussy cut from there. And okay, so that works. And so what I may do is kind of go back and do a leaf here. In fact, I will do that. Okay, and we've got, let's see, where's the original? They're, kind of a diagonal here and another diagonal, so it's kind of repeating diagonals. I may only have enough florals for 2 diagonals, and I have more images, and therefore, and really large scale florals, so I can get away with less, and that's not my usual approach to things, but this time we're going to go with it. Okay, so that goes there. This can, I think, well, let's do this. This one can go there, and that looks like it's part of that floral. And this, I may save this to go up there with the sun. Okay, so I've got this which could go right there, and then I can layer something with a leaf maybe under there. Okay, that seems to want to work. Okay, and this can go right. Let that stay. There. And then I have this, which probably can go there. Am I going to use them all? This is a little tiny blue leaf, and it's cute, but in its current form, there wasn't, just the way that it was printed, I wasn't able to get a good enough chunk of it for it to be attractive. So, do I want it to go here, or I'm maybe thinking just right there? And it'll hide the, that's going to hide the floral part pretty much. Maybe not. I'll kind of coax it over to that way. I've got to be sure this end is covered. Okay, that's good. Does this work under here? I have lots of layers for that flower, but this is a straight edge. I don't like that, so we won't use it. Okay, now I'm going to do this floral kind of sticking out right there, and then I'll work the sun around it. Let me get its leaves propped up, and I don't think I'm inclined to use that palm tree. I was observing to my husband a minute ago that I do not have enough palm tree images in my life, so that's something I probably will hunt for. Okay, I'm gonna put this pink sunshine there, but it's going to have a piece of foam. So do I want it there or here? I think I like it here. And then the rays kind of rise up on that leaf that's propped up. And then let me do these guys on foam, kind of overlapping one another. There. And here. Did I tell you that that is Dear Lizzie? It's Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party, and this side is called Polka Dot Plates. And I've saved this piece of the branding strip because I've always loved this saying, "You're the peanut butter to my jelly." So I kind of thought that would be cute. Now let me add in some of these holographic stickers. And they're going, my hope is that they add the, kind of the problem is they stick really, really well, and I don't necessarily get a chance to place them, especially if I've already glued these things down. So I'm gonna kind of do that and let it go over that. Okay, and I think I can put another one going up the other way. That same, let me just do this. I'll get it where I want it, and then this can go down where I want it. Let's see. Maybe it can, and maybe it can't. Okay, and I have somewhere I've got this little leaf right here that can be extending out from there, that kind of covers the area that is showing there. Probably not the best solution because it leaves the stem kind of hanging from nowhere, but I have another little sprig and I could probably work it some way. Okay, let me get this on there, and that came out okay. I want to kill this sticker sheet if I can. Let me do both of these on the striped part. And I want to do one up in here. Maybe I'll take the sun, I'll lift the sun up. Well, that's really nicely stuck down. Actually, let's go here. And either here or here. If I can slide it under here. See, that's the stem stuck before I was ready to stick the rest of it down. That's okay. I'm gonna put a heart over there on top of this little guy. That's okay. I've got something maybe more appropriately sized for up here. And I may just see, I should have done these first, but then I really needed to get an idea of the composition. So there's no way to predict what you're going to want going on first, at least not the way I do things. I generally start with, gosh, I want to use this. I hope to use this. And see, I didn't plan that out there too well. I'm going to put this small one in. If my philosophy, and I have no idea whether this is grounded in any artistic principle or not. This one doesn't want to peel up. But if I've covered up part of something, I need another one that has the whole thing showing. So I'm just going to kind of layer this over. It's not the whole thing, but you can see the whole length of it. And that makes me happier than seeing it kind of orphaned out there. Okay, and I'm going to put the title kind of right in there. And now is when I'm going to use the stencil. And other than the title, the stencil will be the last thing I add to this. So, let's see. I think I just want to do this tree and this tree. And I kind of want it to go all the way over there, because this leaf comes out and touches that one. Would it be better to just do this one? Or these two? There we go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go with these two, and I'm going to kind of tape that down. I know I have some washi here. Let me move this up. I just want to keep it stable, because with it kind of sticking out this far over here, I have there's a chance that my arm will touch it. Not a chance, there's almost a guarantee. And I'm not finding the end of my washi tape. And I know that's a universal problem, but it sure is annoying when you're filming. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to put some tape down on here, because I know I can scrape it up, and I'll let that hold it. And I'll slide this under there, and then I ought to be able to do the rest of that. That's actually going off the edge, so that's not what I want. I want it just barely on there. Okay, now we can do it. And of course I moved it from where I have it stuck down. I'm trying to get all these things out of the way. You see how easily that moves, even with the tape down over here, and I just have to remember that. Okay. So here we go, and what I'm using here is Galleria Heavy Carvable Modeling Paste. And I can't say it's my favorite product ever, but it generally is pretty well behaved and doesn't sneak under stencils. So that's kind of a good thing in applications like this. And to be honest, I have no idea how this is going to look down here in this corner. It just occurred to me that I wanted palm trees, and I had this stencil kind of on the table. It's one of the items in my organizing project that hasn't yet been addressed, and I removed it from the place that it has been for years. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to do the big reveal here. Lift up that tape and lift that up. And okay, I like it. There's this white here, there's white up in here, and I wondered if that white would be good. Now, I did not spend a lot of time really smoothing that. I could have done that with a much longer palette knife, but I like, especially in palm trees, I like the texture that you get when it's kind of, thick in some places and thin in others. So I'm done. I will not add any more to this other than the title. And if it looks like it would add something to it, I may do some black or white ink sprinkles. Maybe some white to get some white up over in here. And that kind of depends on whether I use a white title. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next Sunday for Scrap Squad Sunday. I'll be putting on Instagram and Facebook all of my Scrap Squad lifts from the autumn stash dive challenge, and I may be doing those over the next several days. I don't expect to finish when they finish tomorrow evening. And I'll be doing the 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and the load prompts every day in the month of October. So I'll see. Oh my goodness, I just swiped my finger across it. Well, you know what? I will let that dry, and then I'll go back and put some more texture paste over it if I feel like it shows too much. So I'm blabbering and I need to let you go. I'm not going to bring it up close for you to see, but I will post it. Thank you for watching. Bye.